Hello, my spicy friends. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Alolan Raichu in the Open Great League. I've decided to pair it up today with a Venusaur and Galarian Stunfisk, just because the two of them together pair up, well, the three of them together pair up reasonably well. Alolan Raichu and Venusaur both have kind of similar coverage. Both of them do okay into fighting types and water types. But Venusaur really helps out other electric type Pokemon, and Galarian Stunfisk helps handle some of the rock types or fire types or just all around other stuff. Look, Alolan Raichu, let's talk about that. That's the whole point of this video. What do I think about it? I think it's, look, on its own, I think it's really good, but it's really frail and just kind of hard to team build around because it hits a lot of things really hard, but it's also very glassy and has quite a few weaknesses, like being weak to ground, that's fine, but it's also weak to dark and ghost. So that can prove to be quite an issue for it. Venusaur is, Venusaur and Stunfisk, I don't think I need to say anything about these two Pokemon. I haven't used Venusaur very much on this channel, but I've used Galarian Stunfisk all the time because it is just very good at pretty much everything. Fantastic safe swap. So I'm not really sure what else there is to say about my team other than Alolan Raichu. The reason I picked it is because it is a very fun core breaker. I'm sure you all have noticed by now, even though we're only a day into this season, that Skarmory and Talonflame and Azumarill are everywhere now. So naturally, we're going to want a Pokemon that can core break all of that shit. And wouldn't you know it, Alolan Raichu just got buffed recently. It got Trailblaze, which is, I think Trailblaze, solid grass coverage, but to me the problem with Trailblaze, even though it is good coverage admittedly, is I think it is just a bit too slow on Alolan Raichu. Alolan Raichu is very glassy. It needs to reach its charge moves quickly. So having Trailblaze take another whole extra Volt Switch as opposed to Wild Charge isn't the greatest. So enough talking about Raichu, let's talk about these games. And as you can see, we are trapped against a Bastiodon as our Venusaur. And what we're going to do, we're just going to try to outpace and smack it around a bit. My plan right now is to either win Switch, which is unlikely, or get rid of some shields, or make it so I can farm down with Stunfisk, which is probably what's going to happen here. Venusaur hits pretty hard. It's very strong neutrally. I love it. Really fun Pokemon. So, as you can see, it's outpacing Bastiodon by quite a lot. Since Bastiodon takes 7 smackdowns to reach its charge moves, and Venusaur takes only 6 Vine Whips for a Frenzy Plant, that means it's generally going to be a lot faster than Bastiodon, because Vine Whip is also just a faster move than Smackdown. So I'm totally fine just mud-shotting down this Bastiodon. There are only a couple of Smackdowns away from Flamethrower, which, isn't going to knock out Stunfisk in one hit or anything. Alright, so they're going to bring in Clodsire here, which is bad. Very bad. Yeah, this is... ah, man, this sucks. Okay, so my plan as Alolan Raichu is even though Wild Charge is resisted, it still hits pretty hard. Probably harder than Trailblaze, as far as I'm aware. And I don't think I was really going to make it to another Trailblaze anyway, because, look at this. It's so close. Alolan Raichu is so close to reaching another Trailblaze, but it's just one Volt Switch away, and Volt Switch is a slow move, so not like that was going to happen super easily. So I think that was the right play, despite the fact that you know, going for the Wild Charge there, despite the fact it would barely have done any damage. It's better than nothing, right? Anyway, I make a mistake here. I was counting the poison stings, and I could have sworn that was only 5 poison stings, you know, after they attack, so nowhere near enough. Right here, I was going for a... I undercharged there to go for a Galarian Stunfisk farm down, but unfortunately, that was just not enough. So, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, they shield this up. I decided, you know what? Yeah, it's game over. They can kill me if they want. I mean, I could have just backed out there. I definitely could have just done that. But I thought, I don't care. Just kill me. Anyway, on to the next game. Let's see, what are we up against here? Swampert, okay, this is a bad lead. You know, despite the fact we are running Trailblaze coverage specifically for Swampert, it's still not enough because, as you can see, we're just too slow. It takes 4 volt switches to reach a Trailblaze, which is insane. Like, this sucks. How am I supposed to reach that? So anyway, I'm just gonna count these mud shots here and hopefully go for a Venusaur catch. You know, even before this season, it wasn't exactly old news that Raichu had Grass Knot. I think everyone knows that by now. Either Grass Knot or Psychic, which would have also hit pretty hard. So, them shielding makes total sense. The reason I didn't throw the Wild Charge was because I didn't want to get farmed down by their mud shots. Because Alolan Raichu is just so frail that getting farmed down by Mudshot is like a legit thing it has to worry about. Anyway, Greedent. How are we going to do against this thing? Not super great. I think we do win this because it's running Bullet Seed, which Venusaur does not care about at all. So, if I can bring in, if I can either force, flip this matchup, or bring in Stunfisk to farm down, that would be awesome. And it looks like bringing in Stunfisk is what's going to happen here. Because as much as I would love to bring in Raichu and farm down to get a bunch of energy, Greedent is just a bit too quick for that. And it would probably land a Crunch, or even a Body Slam that would take us out. So, unfortunately, it's just going to have to be the Galarian Stunfisk Mudshot farm down. They go for a Crunch, which fortunately still barely does anything. Which, you know, isn't really too surprising, because Greedent really struggles against bulky Pokemon. There's not much it can really do, other than just like try to outpace and throw a billion Body Slams. But as you can see in a matchup like this, that doesn't really matter much. Anyway, they're probably going to bring in their Swampert, which is fine. Just going to go for the bait here, which maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I get the feeling that they probably wanted to save the Swampert, so I'm fine with this. And luckily they are fresh out of Hydro Cannon energy. Maybe they snuck in a Mudshot there, but at worst, that's only 3 Mudshots out of the 5 needed, so I was safe. Anyway, we're going to bring in Raichu here and just try to hit whatever comes in really hard. I was not going to make it to 2 Wild Charges because, again, I don't know if I've said this yet, but Alolan Raichu is kind of frail. Anyway, the win con here is just to beat them to a Rock Slide, because Wigglytuff now has Icy Wind, which is kind of fast. You know, not like super quick or anything. Nowhere near like Swampert Hydro Cannon levels of craziness, but it's not a super slow Pokemon anymore. But fortunately, we managed to just beat it and land a game-winning Rock Slide. So nice, nice. Okay, let's see. Game 4. Yeah, game 4. Okay, so not a great lead because Wigglytuff, again, just charms us down. So, game plan was simple there. Just build up to a Wild Charge and dip to Venusaur. That's fine. That's fine. I guess now I'm just going to build up to a Sludge Bomb, throw Sludge Bombs at the Altaria, and hope we win. They do hit pretty hard, since, you know, they're not resisted and they're same type attack bonus and all, so we're fine there. I'm going to see if I can bait and then get to a second Sludge Bomb here, which will be pretty nice. Maybe I can get a shield or flip the matchup. Because, well, having Stunfisk allied against a Charmer is it's a dream come true. We all love it. So unfortunately, I'm just a bit too slow to reach a Sludge Bomb, which kind of sucks. But not the end of the world. Just spend a shield. If they want to spend 2 shields in this matchup, then that is quite all right. Bit of a Twitter notification there from one of the YouTubers I follow because I forgot to turn my Twitter notifications off when recording. Man, if I, you know, I love iOS. My iPhone works great, but man, sometimes Do Not Disturb just does not fucking work. Anyway, pointless distraction. We have taken both their shields, which means that as Stunfisk, we can now farm up quite a bit of energy. So I probably could have farmed up just a wee bit more, but I thought that this would be enough. Anyway, Rock Slide for the win. Let's see what comes out next. It is a Vigoroth, which kind of sucks. So I'm just going to go for the Earthquake here. And then